never deny us. I'm removing the scales from my eyes. I see through the lies they pop. Piper, warfare with spiritual forces, fighting the demons, really for lifers. I was stuck in the state of me trying to survive. I was ready to rise and ready to thrive and cut off the poisonous ties. Ain't no heart in the game or even the courage. We live in a wizard of eyes. Get the money and change, you ruin the vibes and second and jiving. In a turbulent time and we need a spiritual teaching. The enemy high. Yeah, I'm feeling a change in order. Treading dangerous waters. The demise of falsely idols. Get exposed through cold and morals. Ooh. I get the remedy, God is the centerpiece. Pray for my enemies, pray for my enemies. I get the tendency, you kinda finicky, huh? Follow the lamb, don't follow the goat. Pray for the homie, he died from I've been healing, feeling, shedding skin till I make time for the wake up. Got rid of them leeches, weakness, ain't no breaching. God is beside us. Still ride with a cook in the fleece, I'ma up my piece if you trying to divide us. Still count my blessings, lessons, by confessions, go to the higher. These ain't come from the cause, we different in breed, could never deny us. I'm removing the scales from my eyes, I see through the lies they
Our coverage of the NFL brings us to the southern end of the Tar Heel State and to this beautiful venue, Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Today, an exciting battle of NFC teams between the Chicago Bears and the Carolina Panthers. Nick Folk ready to do the honors. And off we go from Bank of America Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is first and 10. The first carry for this one down to the 37. He picks up 28 on the play. And it'll be first down Bears. New set of downs from 37.
Here we go.
On first down, here's Daniels. His throw finds Marvin Harrison Jr. And he hits that enemy 25-yard line before he is sent out. They gain 11 on that play, and that'll be first down Chicago.
Drop 50, drop 50.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Chased out to his right. Oh, look at this, here he goes. And he nearly gets him another first down as they force him out just shy of the marker.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right, they win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Just a yard left to go on second down.
55, 55. Here we go, here we go. Cowboy 80.
Out of the gun, Daniels. And he scores. It is a Chicago touchdown. The Bears take a 6-0 lead right away. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on an opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Here's Thomas on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25.
At their own 23-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. I'd say the defense will take this today. They're across the line, handing him a loss. First play of the game. Headed in reverse so far. Time to shift into drive. Here's 2nd and 14. Darts out of the shotgun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Not must-have yet, Brock, but it does feel pretty important that they come up with an answer for that touchdown, but not going to be easy.
Nope, and incompletions like that certainly won't help.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. And he gets this one out to the 40-yard line. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert. From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
Escapes the pocket. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. Oh, they got it. Intercepted along the goal line. Trayvon Merrick has it. And the Bears are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
That's one of those drives, Kate, especially on the opening drive. You come to the sidelines, and all you're thinking about, unfortunately, is the failure at the end. It's kind of like being a student. You're so good all semester, and then you just bomb the final exam.
It's Sampson running out of the gun. Up to the races, middle of the field. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears parlay the interception into points. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Starting from the 5. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Carolina offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Hit applied by Bradley Chubb.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Let's go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
From the gun, here's Darts. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. Gain of 9 yards on the play. And that's good for a Panthers first. It's like you always say, right back to work for him. Getting the drive moving like that turnover never happens.
And they weren't going to shy away from letting him do his thing, throwing the football. Mistakes happen in this league and in this game. And you never want to punish a quarterback for making a mistake. You want to see him continue to produce.
A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Out of the gun this time, here's Dart. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That throw intended for Tyler Warren, but still plenty of options left on 3rd and short.
I love that. I love that defensively right there. It's about the only thing you could do to the tight ends at this level. You have got to disrupt them. You have got to match their physicality with even more physicality, and it forced an incompletion.
This gets the 1st and more. And he's taken down as he takes this to the 38. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down. New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. On 1st and 10, here's Dart. Rolling left, buying some time. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Third down now. Here's Darks. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up fourth down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
And another mistake for them here. This punt had way too much on it. It's into the end zone for a touchback. Bears making their way up to the line. Here comes 1st and 10.
Ready! Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
They give to Sampson here out the middle. On the move, past the 40. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears take a 20-zip lead.
Feed the beast. Second time now we've called a touchdown for him, and now he's over 100 yards. No need to go anywhere else with the football, but put it in that guy's hands.
Little able to connect on the point after. And the Bears push their lead to 21-zip already. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Here's Thomas on the return. He takes a pop, and the ball comes out. And they steal it back on the return. And the nightmare continues as they bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The Bears were running away so far. We've got a 27-zip game. That is the type of hit Brock delivered precisely to separate him from the football. And good luck to anybody trying to hold on through that.
And if you get a fumble on a return, a lot of times with how the personnel is displaced in position, you could find a lane for an immediate return. And sometimes, well, that open space even extends the whole way to the end zone for 6.
Little tacks on the extra point. And the Bears continue piling on to this lead.
Panthers nothing. Campbell to kick off.
Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble. Send this one away. And that one hit the landing zone first and then into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback out to the 20. Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10.
Count 19, count 19, take off.
Here goes Dart to the air. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That's just simply one of those situations, Kate, where I think you and I got to tip our cap to the defense. Really took away everybody. There was no outlet, and only an incompletion could be had.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. Ready?
That's going to throw again here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. It's a gain of 22. And that's going to bring up a Carolina 1st down.
That's good for the Panthers. First down.
Back to throw. Here starts. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice game.
I like that right there, Kate. Early in this game, show your cards. Double this guy. They know his ability, his reputation. Make somebody else beat you.
2nd and 10 now. Here's Darts. Throw finds Jamar Chase. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. That's the end of one, and yikes, things looking a little out of hand already. It's an early runaway. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Bank of America Stadium after this.
On the set.
We're ready to go with the second quarter. It's Panthers football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Your start now. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Christian Harris picks it off.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out and throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. You put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, now the best of them take advantage of it.
Cox, there's that rookie out of Florida State. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it'll be first down Bears.
First down, Bears.
Come on.
Man in motion here.
Viking 18.
Rolling on first down, Daniels. Pass caught, 9-yard line. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears blowing them out now, 34-zip. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Little able to connect on the point after. And the Bears grow their lead yet again. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. This return starts at the 5. Showing a little burst so far. Nice effort here. They're going to tackle him just shy of the 35.
At their own 34-yard line.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. And off to Jacobs to start the drive. And they'll stop him after he picks up 4 to begin this drive.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground, you could throw beyond the sticks, and really create some indecision now defensively.
Come on. Set.
Now a toss. This is Jacobs. And they will stop him as he gets this down to their 39-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
And the Panthers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
Ready.
Quick one to the outside by Dart. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Panthers first.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
Go down. Check go.
On first down, here's Dart. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
That was a situation where I think the previous drive really affected the decision-making there. Coming off the pick, he wasn't about to challenge the coverage. Instead, well, he just took his medicine.
70 Lions. Buffalo 18. Go.
Now Dart. Completed over the middle. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Bears bringing out an extra DB here. Third down. And air it out on third. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a first down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come off empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
They'll run here with Amari on Hampton. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. 35 on the pickup. And that'll be first down, Chicago.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Again, it's Hampton. And he gets forward for 3 yards as we've reached our 2-minute warning. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
It's Hampton on 2nd. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Making the tackle there, Joey Bosa.
And you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
It's 3rd and 2. Now Daniels. Complete beyond the marker. And he stopped cold at the spot. We'll keep paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
Shotgun view to Hampton. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Back to Hampton. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
With only 3 seconds remaining, they're going to bring out that field goal unit. From 37 yards in the right hash. Little knocks it through. Hold on, though. There's a flag down here. Although, if this is on the defense, Brock, they're probably just going to decline it and keep that make. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this.
Cam Little to kick off.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Here's Thomas on the return. Shoots another one. This makes it up to the 25.
Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting a pistol formation here first as they come to the line.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Dark from the pistol. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
Darks looking to throw. Warren brings this one in on the slant. They give him 10 yards there. A lot of work done as they set up 3rd and very short.
A gain of 11 makes it 3rd and 1.
And this might be a free play. Let's see what they do. It's caught. Chase has it. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. They'll have a new set of downs following that defensive penalty.
Go! 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Let's go!
Throwing on first down. It's Dart. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Devon Holland comes up with it.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
And they make the tackle at the 38. Give them an 18-yard pickup there. And it'll be first down Bears. New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. Daniels now on first down. Hits it through the middle. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. So a new set of downs. Here we go. First and 10. Out of the gun. Here's Hampton. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach. After a man jumps, they come up 2nd and 5 to go. Running it after the penalty. And we might be close to this lead growing again. That play gives him a first and goal.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. You have that call you had ready, though? You can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Forced out to his right. Oh, my. It's intercepted in the end zone. Kicked off. Trey Amos.
Daniels pass. Intercepted.
Panthers look just about ready. First and 10.
At their own 7-yard line.
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Falcon isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And after one play of this drive, might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for second down.
Brings up second.
Not a person in this stadium didn't start tensing up the way I did up in the booth. You could feel that goal line coming, right? Pressure right in his face. Nearly turns into a couple points now. Well, now you got to be so careful. No breathing room for the next snap.
Short pass brought in. And talk about a good game when they needed it. That's 13 on second down. Now only a yard to go here on third.
A 13-yard gain brings up third and a yard.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Taking a deep shot here. Well, they had the look. Certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down.
The issues this offense has been having, well, they extend well beyond 3rd down today. You can just look up that big goose egg on the scoreboard, but now time's not on their side either.
They'll go. Here's Dart. Pass complete to Robinson. And he's touched as they pick up that first down on 4th.
It's a gain of
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
We've set it downs from 37. Dart gonna throw again. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Free up the middle. It's a breakaway. He takes it in. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olson would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns, too, just like he showed off.
And it looks like the Bears are able to recover that kick. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line.
There's always a little competition on a football team to see who's going to make the hands heat. Right? Those defensive guys say, hey, listen, I'm not a receiver with bad hands. I got good hands. Well, this is the ultimate test of it right here, Kate. Who makes the hands team? Those are the ones that are the most trustworthy to go finish these games, to go get those onside kicks, and to go finish that phase of the game out.
And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Thankfully, only one quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's the Bears with possession and a big enough lead. They can probably coast the rest of the way. Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2.
19 tight. 19 tight.
From the gun, it's Daniels. Hits his target. That's DJ Moore. And they take him down just as he gets inside that red zone. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down. Looking inside the red zone. And he's got it. It's in close. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears throwing 6 more on the blowout. On his Little for the extra point. The point after splits the upright. And the Bears tack on 7 more to their lead. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Here's Thomas on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Carolina offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
Half the 60. Half the 60.
Now there's the flag. Looks like the jump came from the left side of the line. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time.
Let's go now.
Darts out of the shotgun. Flushed out of the pocket. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Out of the gun this time. Here's Dart. He's trapped. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
Downfield to Warren. He's got it. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. Well, 3rd and 15, you don't see many of those picked up, partner, but they found a way.
At the 36-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Dart. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
This one is also going to be incomplete.
Poses.